Hello YouTubers, this is a 2007 Ford Fusion. I'm doing the rear brakes. Doing the rear brakes on this, and rotors also, brake pads, rotors. First thing you do, you break the lug nuts, jack it up. You can put a jack stand there. The socket size is 3/4 19 mm for the lug nuts. There's two 14 mm bolts here. Take these two loose, 14 mm, and then your caliper gotta come off. You can put it right to the side here, it won't fall. This is your brake pads, you just pry them out. That's the two screws holding the rotor in. I'm using what's this? FTX 30A. There's two 13 mm bolts that holds the bracket. You're gonna need a swivel to get this, so you can use a box wrench. The bottom one, this one right here, you need a box wrench to get this one. This you can use a ratchet. And there's two small screws that holds the rotor on. Taking off the bracket here. This is the type of piston I'm talking about. The rear brake pad gotta fit in that piece of metal on it, gotta fit in this notch right here. So you gotta line this up straight. Okay, this is the last bolt here to get the bracket off. You gotta use you can use a ratchet too, or a box wrench. There's a hole here. You just push the extension in with your 13 mm socket, and just tap the rotor. The rotor comes off, and you can put on your new rotor. This one is, as you can see, it's bad. The inner brake pad was grinding on it. So it's a new rotor on. I'm just tightening these two screws that holds the rotor in place. Putting back the bracket. Make the bracket bolts nice and tight. Okay, I put back the new rotors. You bolt the bracket back on. Compress your piston back into the caliper. This one, use a tool like this. This is not the regular C-clamp. need something like this with a notch, and you gotta line up the rear pads. Here's on this piece here, gotta fit in the notch on the piston, and you put back your two bolts, make them nice and tight, and that's it. The other side is the same. Pump up your brakes before you start it up. Also, when you're pushing back the piston back into the caliper bore, unscrew the brake fluid reservoir and leave the cap on top of it. And just put back your tire and snug them up. Then lower it, lower your car on the ground and torque them crisscross pattern. And that's it. Putting back the caliper, just make the bolt nice and tight. You don't gotta kill it. As soon as it bottoms out, just give it like a quarter turn, half a turn more, like this, and make it nice and tight. Same for the bottom. That's it. Putting back the tire on.